So I would like to ask you guys if you've heard that Bret Hart comment that he made on AEW.
Yes.
Which one?
I heard Dave went on a 7-minute rant about Brett's comment today about that. Did you hear it, by the way, yet?
Can you read it to me or something? Is it a transcript?
Yeah, bro, pull up the Ariel Howard Bret Hart Ariel. Hey.
I try to. I do. I watch certain guys, and I try to watch the pay-per-views. I find in a lot of wrestlers, and I won't necessarily name anybody, but I find that the wrestlers are more actors pretending to be wrestlers today than actual wrestlers. Like, I miss the ruggedness of the characters, like, guys like Kurt Hennig and myself, or Dynamite Kid, or that whole era of wrestlers that broke into the business in the 70s or late 70s and early 80s. We kind of we were still we were from the Harley Race, Terry Funk kind of generation, trying to copy them or mimic them or pop them. And I think that's why I still think the 90s was the best era of wrestling. When I watch some of that old 90s wrestling, it was really good stuff. And I find that today's wrestling, it's a little bit more about promos and your character on TV, and not so much your work rate. And I like guys that throw back a little bit more to the work rate. Like Roman Reigns is a guy that, for example, that I think tries really hard to earn the respect of my generation and be more realistic and just more credible, more believable.
How long is
this?
This?
Much an actor. And
not long.
I find that, especially AEW, that I find that they're mostly actors trying to pretend to be wrestlers, and now to get on with this real wrestling and just quit.
Harry, you shaking your head. What do you disagree with?
I'm like,
because I think I know what he's trying to say, but I want to hear what you think he's saying.
I'm like, AEWs where actors are trying to be wrestlers. He's talking about work rate, and he's like trying to portray AEW in a negative fashion when it comes to work rate. Instead, he's like, oh, they're more focused on promos and they're more focused on the stuff outside the ring. I'm like, wait, that's like what AEW gets criticized for, that they don't have enough promos, that they don't have enough storylines. And here he is saying, as like, AEW is the company where actors get paid to be
you're
wrestlers.
correct. You're correct in everything you just said, right? But you've also got to put some things in the proper context. How old is Bret?
Like 65, Robert?
Okay,
like
so this is a guy that's 65 that hasn't really been in the business for probably how long?
67. Yeah.
Okay, and he grew up in another era that doesn't exist. There are no Dory Funks or Hardy Races or Bruiser Brodies or Stan Hansen. That is no longer with us. This is a new generation, and I bet you that he came up in the WWE system. So when he sees somebody like Roman Reigns that comes from that system, he can relate. He's probably watching AEW and watching all these spot monkeys and going, what is this? This looks indie. I don't think he watches every show and knows the work rate that they have over there. You know what I'm saying? Like us.
This is what I think he meant. When you listen to the first part, he says he likes the ruggedness,
right,
of the thing, like the Kurt Hennings, the Rick Rudes, and something. Right. Bro, you wouldn't see Kurt Hennig and Rick Rude diving,
waiting for a tope,
running across the ring and doing like a baseball slide to turn around and stuff like. He says the point he's trying to make. He looks at these guys and they don't really look like the perception of what a wrestler looked like that he grew up with, and they look like they're a bunch of kids cosplaying wrestlers, like actors trying to be wrestlers. That's like the way I think he's trying to portray. Like what he meant. What happened with Konnan there? He just disappeared.
I'm here.
Oh, your video is on. Yeah.
I'm trying to give something to my dog.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, no, but me personally, like, just listening to the whole clip, I'm like, I thought he was like talking about WWE for a second.
Because the WWE, they are acted. They're taught to act. Like that's that. I think. And I just
but
think
their work rate is really good now too.
I think he was trying to portray what I just said, but his choice of verbiage didn't really get there. So let's get to
that's what I hope. That's what I hope happened there.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. and join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.